It's rare that I get excited about new video games these days. It could be because of how I feel about the state of gaming in recent times. It feels like most games that are being promoted, maybe the AAA ones, have to be taken with a grain of salt. But I see potential in this game called Exodus. This game is being developed by Archetype Entertainment. They're a fairly new studio, having opened in 2019, and Exodus is set to be their first game. This new studio was founded by former Bioware employees, such as industry veterans James Owen and Drew Karpyshyn. Owen is most known for his role as lead designer for the first two Baldur's Gate games, the original Knights of the Old Republic and Dragon Age Origins. Karpyshyn was the lead writer for the first two Mass Effect games. So with these two involved, I feel really good about Exodus. I think it has a lot of potential. In Exodus, humanity has fled a dying Earth, finding a new home in a hostile galaxy. Here we are the underdogs fighting for survival. As the Traveler, you are humanity's last hope. Your job is to steal alien weapons and technology from the most powerful beings in the universe, the Celestials, humanity's greatest enemy. But there is a catch: time dilation. As travelers on interstellar missions, days for you are decades back home. The sacrifices you make to protect your loved ones create unpredictable consequences that change your world. Returning home, you confront the consequences of your choices. In Exodus, the outcome of those choices manifests at a massive level, compounding over generations. Your character in the game is June, the heir of Orion Aslan, a legendary traveler from the world of Lydon, a renegade amongst the stars, a hunter of secrets and alien technology, inheriting a gift of neural induction from your mother Ava, born of celestial heritage. You are able to interact with celestial technology unlike other humans. Orion, your father, realized Lydon was slowly dying, succumbing to an ancient celestial technovirus known as the Rot. Stopping the Rot was beyond any human capabilities, even those of the mighty Orion Aslan. To ensure humanity's survival, Orion and Ava sired a child genetically engineered to bridge the worlds of humans and celestials. Humanity's last hope. That child is you. Well, now that's how you introduce a character. But we're not going on this journey alone. We'll have a squad that will stand alongside us in battle. Not all of the characters have been revealed yet, but we do have two at the moment. We have Tom Vargas and Elise Chirot. Before Tom was a traveler, he was a part of a team that took jobs across the Centauri cluster. That is the galaxy where humanity settled after leaving Earth. After his crew was killed, he met and bonded with other travelers on Lydon, which eventually led to him becoming a traveler himself. Just looking at him, Tom seems to have that cool collective vibe to him, kind of like a Reyes Vidal. I can get behind that. Elise is a mercenary and a weapons expert. She has a mech suit, which I think is cool, although she reminds me of Diva mixed in with Cerberus Atlas. Does anyone else see that? Also, the way she punched the hell out of this mech was just awesome. Elise is what's known as a sleeper, someone who came from Earth during the Exodus. She's described as a sarcastic type, but also possesses a deep sense of loss. Her memories of Earth are fragmented, and she really wants to put the pieces together of what happened before the Arks left Earth. Okay, so if I understand the overall plot, it's about traveling the stars with your team and finding a way to save humanity from the threat of the Celestials by using your celestial abilities to your advantage. But who are the Celestials? Well, they're basically an advanced race of humans who, due to time dilation, have evolved around 25,000 years compared to the rest of humanity. And as a result of their evolution, their technology is also more advanced. The Celestials are considered humanity's greatest enemy according to the Exodus site. To us, they are unrecognizable. To them, we are barely more than animals. Primitive, backwards, inferior. Together, these countless individual cultures comprise a massive, volatile, cluster-spanning civilization. And there is no room for us in their unfathomable grand design. Or is there? I hope that doesn't include being exalted. I'm really interested in the Celestial Crown Knights. They are the warriors of the race, who use their advanced technology in combat. If they're the enemy, they can make for some interesting boss battles. Look at this chick right here. She looks like she is nothing to play with. I am curious about the Rot virus though. How much is that going to play into the story? I guess that's something we're gonna have to find out. But another thing I'm interested in is time dilation. So with time dilation, entire lifetimes can pass you by. The choices you make can create consequences, changing the fate of an entire civilization for generations. In the extended story trailer, this line pretty much sums it up.
It was only days for me, but an entire lifetime passed for her. And in the chaos of those final moments, we never said goodbye.
One day for you can be an entire lifetime for someone else. And the thought of that is scary. And that this is going to be a focal point in the game, that is going to make for an interesting experience. We will have to make some difficult choices. The fate of humanity is in our hands. What will we have to do to save humanity? Speaking of Earth, and I've been thinking about this for a while now. Did Earth's resources finally run out like Rancana? Or did they nuke the planet like Tachanka? I doubt they trashed the planet like that. I'm sure we're gonna find out at some point, but I really want to know. There are 5 different points that make up Exodus's timeline. The Exodus, where the Earth was abandoned and humanity set up for a new galaxy. The Dawn Era, where humanity, several Ark fleets reached the Centauri cluster, 16,000 light years from Earth. They discover hundreds of densely packed star systems, with thousands of potentially habitable planets, and sent out the Green World signal to summon the rest of the Ark ships. The Remnant Era, which was marked by the violent rise and fall of interstellar empires. With the aid of genetic engineering, the citizens of these constantly warring cultures rapidly change and evolve. Violence between rival celestial empires ends up leading into the Formation Wars, obliterating hundreds of habitable worlds across the cluster. Ark ships drawn by the green signal continue to arrive during this era, with the human inhabitants relegated to small backwater worlds by the more advanced celestial factions. The Crucible Era starts in the aftermath of the Formation Wars. A powerful celestial species called the Elohim rise to prominence. I hope I'm saying that right. The Elohim construct the gates of heaven, an interstellar network linking all the systems of Centauri, heralding in a new age of exploration and trade. Last is the rise of the Aslan dynasty. A long-lost human Ark fleet arrives in the Malkbel system, and they establish a colony on the moon of Lydon, built atop ruins left behind by a long-extinct celestial civilization called the Detonir. After 2 centuries of struggling to survive, a human traveler named Orion Aslan emerges as Lydon's leader and savior. Aslan rises from a simple mercenary to becoming a legendary traveler and a hero of Lydon, venturing out into space on numerous Exodus missions in search of advanced celestial technology to elevate Lydon's society. Orion establishes the Aslan dynasty, a powerful network of loyal followers to rule over his home world during his long absences among the stars. Shortly after June's birth, Orion embarks on his final exodus, never to return. Gideon Aslan, June's half-brother, seizes control of the dynasty and declares himself ruler of Lydon, forcing June, still a mere child, to go into hiding. I read most of this section because this part caught my eye. Why did June have to hide? Has Gideon become drunk with power and is now willing to do anything to protect his rule? So June has to hide in order to avoid being killed or imprisoned? It makes you wonder. The first chapters of the prologue are on the Exodus website, and I think it was a good idea to give us some of the story. There are also videos for each chapter. Exodus sounds like an interesting game, and I'm really looking forward to learning more about it, and definitely looking forward to the game's eventual release. It looks like Archetype is putting a lot of love into this game, and I hope they're able to give us the game that they really want to make. I hope I was able to explain the game's details in a cohesive manner. I want to thank you guys for watching. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
DJ Sonic Freak.